U.S. President Donald Trump has escalated tensions in the Gulf, warning that if the Strait of Hormuz remains closed, the United States will obliterate all of their electric generating plants, oil wells, and Kharg Island, and possibly all desalination plants. Trump claims Washington is in serious discussions with a new, more reasonable regime, insisting great progress has been made, even as Tehran denies any talks on a ceasefire.
The United States of America is in serious discussions with a new and more reasonable regime to end our military operations in Iran. Great progress has been made, but if for any reason a deal is not shortly reached, which it probably will be, and if the Hormuz Strait is not immediately open for business, we will conclude our lovely stay in Iran by blowing up and completely obliterating all of their electric generating plants, oil wells, and Kharg Island, and possibly all desalination plants, which we have purposefully not yet touched.
The president's threat specifically singles out energy and water facilities, signaling the possible weaponization of basic lifelines. Observers warn that such attacks on power and desalination plants could trigger a humanitarian crisis, making Trump's warnings one of the most aggressive threats since the start of U.S. Iran hostilities. Iran's foreign ministry spokesperson Baqaei hit back at Trump, condemning U.S. attacks as gross violations of international humanitarian law. In a provocative comparison, he said, "Even in the war against Hitler, human rights were not violated to this extent," accusing Washington of targeting universities, media outlets, and civilian infrastructure.
We are now in a situation in which the U.S. military's attacks and violations are continuing. All of our efforts are to defend ourselves. We do not make these claims in a truthful and valuable way. We have touched our past experiences with our flesh and blood. This is treason that has become diplomacy in 2 stages in less than a year. As far as the attack on the universities is concerned, I will leave that to you to decide. In any war, even in the war against Hitler against other countries, human rights have not been violated to this extent.
By invoking the Second World War and international law, Iran frames Trump's threats as a direct assault on civilian norms, turning the Gulf conflict into a high-stakes confrontation that challenges both global security and ethical boundaries.